Welcome to episode 9. Very exciting. I have to say, an somewhat emotional topic today. And that is why so many of moms, or just in general women, really, not even necessarily have to be moms, are burnt out, overstretched, and carrying it all. It's not the jobs or the kids or the house, but the mental load. Like remembering, the organizing, the anticipating, the planning, the emotional labor that comes with it. And what's wild about it is that most of us don't ask for help to manage it better. So let's discuss.
Let's unpack, shall we? Yes. The thing that came to mind is that you don't ask for help because you're going to do it better. And if you ask somebody for help, they're going to mess it up. And so then you do it all by yourself. Fact or fiction?
Fact. But I think, and I'm going to talk more as a mom because when you become a mom, your life changes, right? So at that point, you're bringing in all the other things that you have to deal with as a mom. I think as a mom, nature prepares you when you're pregnant. It prepares you for what's to come, of 9 months of not sleeping, 9 months of feeling sick, 9 months of emotions and everything that you have to go through. And then when the baby is born, you have this innate feeling of wanting to take care of it and knowing how to take care of it, even though you think you don't. But it just comes naturally because you're a mom. It just happens. No matter what you think you don't know what you're doing, but in reality you do. You do know what you're doing. The kids, the kids survive. The kids are okay.
Yeah.
So from that point, you sort of become put yourself in the corner of being the primary supporter of what's happening because you feel your hormones are in and you feel like you got this and you know better because you feel it in your soul. You know how to take care of that baby. This should be done and that should be done. And it's in the beginning, it's easy because the babies are, babies are easy to take care of when you really think of the grand scheme of things. And at that point, it's all good when you're taking care of everything. But when they become older and now you're adding all the other responsibilities that go along with it, the school and the activities, but you're still the one that's primarily dealing with all of it, it
Mhm.
becomes incredibly difficult. So I
Hmm.
think the issue is we don't realize that in the beginning, if we set the rules a certain way, they're going to continue a certain way.
I'm so happy you said that. I'm like, yeah, like it's totally a her problem that she doesn't get help. This is a hypothetical woman that we've created in our little world. Like, we're not talking about anyone, right? Hypothetically, if a woman alienates her partner because she thinks she knows it all and does everything, and then like nobody could do it right, and that continues on into like young adult, like toddler and like little kid. If you think your partner is not like smart enough to like figure it out or to do things, and then you complain that your partner is not doing anything, it's a little not really the partner's fault, I feel.
Well, those are two separate things, right? So one is you not wanting to pass on some of the responsibilities because you think they're not going to be able to do them the right way. And the other one is you simply not speaking up.
Right. Well, yeah, the the
I
not
think
speaking up, you have to
most
like speak up. Yeah.
I think most are the ones that don't speak up because the first scenario is the type A, right? You're clearly a type A because you don't think they're going to do a good enough job.
I've had clients like this, and the struggle is real. Like the inner struggle of that person is real
Hmm.
because life is so hard. There's so much to do.
And it
And if
has
you
to be
have like all
perfect.
this on your mind, and for those people, I say go to therapy.
And
Literally, that's what I used to say. Like, you above my pay grade, your problems. I can't help you.
right. So let's move on to, because again, I think that is a smaller part of women with the type A. I think most of the women are the ones that don't say anything. And the question is why? why wouldn't you sit down and say, listen, buddy, I am done taking care of everything, and you need to start putting your weight in. And your weight cannot be equivalent to bringing in money. You need to provide something else for the woman in your relationship, for the mom, as a man, whatever it may be, whether it is uh, emotional support, whether it is physical support, not support, but whether it's, you're banging all the
Wing.
time. Listen, a pleased woman is a happy woman. Listen, no, like,
And
so what are you providing her? Look again.
again, I'm like, yes, thumbs up. Um, yeah, so like that's one of the things you could take away when they don't end up doing what you ask for them to do. I agree. So is your opinion for like two partners that work, or even a stay-at-home mom whose husband or partner goes out to work and then the partner comes home and they also have to do housework?
Well, it doesn't matter. I think it's for both. It's for both. A man has to, even if you stay at home, you're literally working 24/7. And we can discuss. I sent you the video today that I saw on TikTok. A great girl. I think she was a genius. She posted a video about chores and everything she does around the house and how much she charges her husband for it.
Yeah. On face value, she charges $20 to load and unload, but she does that shit 3 times a day. Like, okay, 20 is valid. Like, why do you have so many dishes? Why do you like? But maybe she has many kids that she also homeschools. Um,
But
yes, it's all like unpaid labor that she does these things. And ding ding ding, I did do the research, and women spend significantly more time on unpaid domestic work than men, including childcare and household chores.
yeah, and why? Why is that? It's not because I refuse to think that all men are just like these assholes that don't want to do anything. That's not the truth. I think that they're very simple creatures, and if you allow things to go on as they are, they will stay as they are.
Yes. So I did coach like moms who, my perspective is not like of knowing the husbands, but like of the women who have multiple children and are married and two household working,
Hmm.
and the men are like okay, and the wife is just not well. She came to me for health coaching, but really what she needed is therapy, and that's okay. Like, I love that so much. If we don't work together, like, go to therapy. I love that. um and it was a her problem. It was a her problem of the things that she scheduled, of the things she packed, of the things that she expected. And I'm like, do less. Like, do less. You wouldn't be so stressed if you just did less. You make your own checklist. You make your own list, like this much stuff. And you're like running around a chicken without a head, and you're sad. And you're coming to health coaching and you're like crying, and because you're overwhelmed, you're doing too much. So yes, it's a man issue. They may do more, but what if they're not capable? But you're assuming they are. But all men are different. But what if they're not? What if they're giving? I got the statistics. Men spend 5.7 hours doing chores while women spend 12.6. What if they're not capable of more? Are we assuming that they are?
I'm assuming that the wife or the partner knows enough of her partner to know what to delegate or to know what to discuss and to what to ask for. You're clearly not going to ask for things that they're incapable of doing. So if that means that they do simple pickups, if that means that they take out, I mean, I feel like I'm talking about roles, like taking out the garbage. Every man takes out the garbage. I've never touched the garbage ever in my life.
Okay, like I get it. These are like things that make the life together go round.
Yes, yes, but we're talking about bigger things, right? So we're talking about like, and I don't know, I think it's very difficult, like scheduling activities. I don't know if I would have my husband schedule activity or look for activities for my child to do. Not to say that he's incapable, but I'm a little bit of a type A, so maybe I would sort of want to take that over, because we need to do research. We need to make sure who are the providers that are teaching our children, and he wouldn't do the research. He would just look up and say, "Uh-huh. So here's piano teacher, she's the closest. This is it. This is right here, and bam bam boom, we're done." And that is how we make decisions.
Like, does this teacher have 5-star reviews?
I don't think he would look into that, although he is very peculiar. So I don't know what he would do to make sure that they're safe. I don't know.
Like, I would assume that if other people go to the school and it has like a certain amount of 5-star reviews after I read, like that's enough research for me.
But that's research. I don't know. His only research would be look up.
So, have you spoken to him about this? Have you
Uh,
said,
we can
can you
do we
please,
can do a scenario. We
like
can
a
do a
hypothetical
fun
person?
we can do like a fun no, we can do a fun test, and I can ask him to find a new piano teacher. I don't know.
Because their minds are just like on making money, right? Because I know your husband, right? I know all of our husbands. They don't care about any of this. They just like want to cash in, make that money. And so to this stuff, to them, I feel like it is our job to do that.
But and you
To your
choose.
point of this entire episode, full circle, yes.
Full circle. But my point is this: we will always end up doing more. Clearly, I think it's because we're capable of doing more.
But like,
The problem becomes when you become so overwhelmed and you are on a downward spiral. That is when the problem arises.
yeah.
So the key is not to get to that point. So if there are some things that you could delegate, then you delegate them. So that way you don't feel like you're doing all of it. You're doing everything.
Mhm. And if your partner husband does not do what you ask, then run to therapy. You have bigger problems than chores.
100%.
Like if you're like sitting there, woman, I feel so deeply for you. I cared so deeply for like my clients who were like couldn't just deal with life, like it was too much.
They couldn't deal with life because they were so overwhelmed.
Yes, because of they were
Lack
going through it.
lack
They
of
were
partnership.
like in some cases, and again, that's above my pay grade. I cannot help you like with your spouse, I could just tell you go to couples therapy. Talk it out with that person. So you
You're
do have to take that action to like say something. And if you're like people pleasing your husband, again, that's like a relationship thing. Like you have to like
to
ask for help. Like don't be a hero. Ask for help.
to bring it back a little bit to what you said. That's a you problem, and you need to understand you're not a single mother. If you like, that is the harsh, honest truth. Single mothers have to deal with everything. You are not a single mother. You have a partner that is not helping you. So you need to put up or shut up. And
Like I kind of like feel that way too. And life is so every time I think about these topics and issues, I'm like, yeah, but like what if the about the woman with a domestic abuser? Like how is she gonna speak up? That's like such a next level, like, what about that woman? What about that woman? Like there's just so many women in different like circumstances.
ex-
But speaking up
exactly.
for yourself, no matter like I'm sorry if you're in that extreme and your partner is violent or rude or yells at you. I'm sorry. But I guess in the regular situation where that doesn't happen, you still like have to make a choice. Like, are you going to be with this partner or a single mother where it would be easier because you're also not taking care of that second child that you have who's not doing anything?
It puts everything into perspective. exactly what you just said. And that is that so many women actually deal with serious hardships. And if your only hardship is a husband that's not helping you around the house or is not helping you with the kids, look outside of your life and see
Oh, that's a
that.
really good one, Dasha. That's good.
I mean, that's what you said.
Yeah.
I just resaid it.
I love the
It's
way you reset it. Thank you.
but it's the truth. It's really about perspective, and you really have no one else to blame but yourself if you are in that such a simple situation where all you have to do is just talk to your husband about helping with some things. Again, we're not talking about, like them taking over everything, but just some aspects of your life for you to feel like you're not as,
Alone.
yeah, as alone. Yes, like the way I say this is, you're a hamster in the wheel. Like, that's it. And you become that hamster the day that you give birth to your children, and then you stay in it and you stay in it. But at some point you got to snap out and say, okay, my life is passing by, and what am I doing? Am I going to really stay stressed for the rest of my days? No, I have a partner. I have a partner who is
Can
there.
help me.
That's the definition of a partner.
And yes, and if you find yourself, and this is only for women who relate, if you relate, this is it. You got to wake up and be like, is this really my partner? And that's couples therapy. Um, or go to a rave, take something, and just like have clarity of the choices that you've made to like where you've ended up. So um, I did some research how to get your husband to help, and it's written by a man, and it says everything that we've already said actually. Well, we took turns saying clean means something different to him. So your brains are different, and he does it his way and you do it your way. So you have to be ultra specific.
Mm.
Ultra specific. But also, before anything else, forgive him for being different. Okay. Yeah, you just have to forgive them that they're different. And then next, be nice. You have to be nice. You can't be like, why do you suck so bad at picking up your socks in the morning?
Mm.
Instead, say, I loved it when you picked up those socks that day.
Positive reinforcement. And
You
now
know,
we go back.
it made me feel so warm inside for you. Assume the best about us. So you just assume your husband is doing his very, 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 very best, even when it's half of your best.
And that goes back to what I said about type A, but perhaps it's not necessarily
No,
type A. It's just,
like I'm a type B. I fight with my best friend Val all the time. Okay. I'm like, and I fight with my husband too. Okay. We type Bs have a different way to do things. And it might be wrong conventionally in the neurotypical map of the world. But they also have to feel like they're doing a good job. You have to be like, good job, Pete. Even though this place sucks,
you chose it.
you
You,
chose.
you did whatever research you did in your head, and you chose it.
And then next time he'll be like, she trusts me. But if we don't give trust to the people that we're giving this task to, right? Appreciate us when we do the right thing. You have to like give him a round of applause. But like also I demand it. I'm like, look, I folded the towels right according to your little like dimensions. Okay, yay. Towels folded correctly to your standards. Yay. Good for you. So like I'm team guy who's like a little bit on the like one highway, and it's not the autobahn, just like the service road.
You expect to be praised.
They're on the service road of these tasks. When you're on the highway, don't expect highway work from a service road driver.
That right there is genius. That right. This is it. This is it. This is the point of the episode.
Don't expect a fish to meow,
Yeah.
but also just simplify it,
And again, it goes down to men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's what it all comes down to.
Yes. Like I learn about it on like memes. Like, what is your husband thinking about? I bet he's thinking about so and so. He's like thinking about like a fish hook or
Yes.
something. You know, they are simple. They don't have the emotion, the feeling, the all that stuff that we do. So we mustn't blame them.
Yeah. And I think that I don't know if that plays into anything of asking for help because you feel like they're going to judge you, like you can't do it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You think that's where some of it comes from?
I mean, I think there's like just like a multitude of reasons a woman might not ask for help. Like there's been times I don't ask my help for help and my husband's like, "Don't be a hero." And I'm like, "But I thought I could do it." Like I don't want your help, you know? Um I don't know. I feel like we are complex creatures and we are all unique going back to that point. And there's many reasons like I don't want to feel stupid that I don't know how to do something. You know, like, oh, I don't want to feel like I'm not strong enough to do that task. Because honestly, I will figure it out. You know, I can eventually figure it out. But I just like want to show that I could do it. But I don't know other women. We should have like people calling in like on our phones. We have a caller.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, we could at some point. We could start doing that. We would probably have to tape at a different time. I don't know about people calling in now, but we could.
Yes. You know, because women are so different. We have so many different friends who have so many different roles. And my thing has always been like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just like stop doing it. But then you're like the type A's are like, I need it done. They can't ignore it, right?
Okay, okay. You don't like doing the laundry. So what are you going to do? You're going to stop doing it?
So if I was a working woman and I was making a substantial amount of money when I where I had extra funds, I would dedicate it to hiring a sister wife, like a
Okay, got
child in the neighborhood, to be like, do my laundry.
it. Got it.
Please, thank you so much. Would you like a sandwich, lemonade? Thank you. Well,
What if you don't have that?
then I need to shut up and do my laundry. If I'm like we've mentioned that I'm a stay-at-home mom, like this is my task of the day now. This is like my to-do. This is like if you were working in an office and you're like, oh, respond to emails. I'm like, respond to laundry. Ah. Both like it's my thing. So I don't like my husband has always done his own laundry. Um, and I could do it now too. Like it's his preference,
He
right?
does his own or he does for everybody?
No, for his own.
Oh,
Like
why?
there was a time that he did his own. Now I've taken over it, you know, like he's
Oh,
busier. I don't mind it. It's my job as a stay-at-home mom. Like for
yeah.
real. Like I consider this.
Hmm.
I have to cook dinner. It's what I do. Homework, shower. But if I'm not feeling well, I will ask for help. But if I'm not feeling well multiple days in a row, I'm gonna have to get my shit together because this shit is my job. I can't call out. You know, like as you said, I have to mom.
So you bring up an interesting point because the man goes and his job is to make money to pay for bills. For a stay-at-home mom, her job is to take care of the household. So when we talk about being overwhelmed, we're not necessarily talking about the housework for stay-at-home moms. We're talking about perhaps helping out with the children and you not feeling alone and raising them and dealing with them and dealing with all their emotions on top of your job. And it's kind of the same thing for and working moms is even harder because then you come home and then you're the one that's dealing with the house, all of that,
Right.
and the kids.
I always thought that working moms had it harder. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine. I have like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I have like a much easier life than a working mother who has to like drop her kids off, drive to work, plan everything, where I could like fold a t-shirt and then go take a walk around my house. And be like, what should I do now? Like, you know, so I think the mental load for working moms, like that's where it becomes unfair. You both work. You both should help evenly. or to the best of their ability. Like, don't get mad that they can't do what you do. That's like, because you're like top, the heavy is the head that wears the crown. Like, but that's just my opinion. And
Sure.
but I already forgot what I said. What did I just say? What was my opinion?
Heavy, I like that heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Yeah, like especially type A's. Like I have one, right? My best friend, we fight about this all the time. You know, I'm the type of person where if you put like a salt shaker behind something, I'll be like, "Where's the salt shaker?" And somebody would like move that to see it.
Oh my
And
God,
that's
you're
like
a
a guy.
man. You're a man. Well, that's great.
So that's why I defend them all the time. I'm like, leave them alone. Leave them alone. It's so hard to be a white man in America. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. That's a
Yeah,
joke. Don't
it's
cancel me.
clearly very much a joke.
That's a
Very much
fucking
a joke.
joke. And I always say, like, for women, be as confident as the most mediocre white man you know.
Facts.
Okay? That was a joke. Don't cancel me before I
Facts.
even got started. Okay?
Facts. Can we talk about I've been actually really angry since I saw this yesterday. Chappelle Roan.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about her.
Yeah, do you want to mention what I have it here. I don't know if you it's
She made a comment about how all of her friends with kids are like miserable and nobody's happy.
and I quote, "All of my friends who have kids are in hell. I don't know anyone who's happy and has children at this age." She was on a podcast, Call Her Daddy podcast. This made me really angry. This made me angry because it's our fault. It's our fault that that is how others perceive us as moms. We don't talk enough about
The
how beautiful,
joys.
how beautiful it is. Because those moments, it's the same thing as, I don't know, like running a marathon. You are preparing to run a marathon for, I don't know, people prepare for years, and it is incredibly grueling. Incredibly grueling. Being in the marathon is grueling. It is just so much on your body, emotionally, physically. And then for that, I don't know how long, I've never run a marathon, but after you're done, I imagine it is the most incredible feeling that takes over you, just this pride. And,
Got a medal.
and you get a
Get a
medal, and
medal.
it's just so incredible. And that is what I equate motherhood to be. It is incredibly difficult, but it is the most rewarding for those brief moments that you're able to have. And I think because we mostly spend it in the grueling space, that we tend to talk about that more versus the incredible joys, because the love that you have, the love that you experience from your child looking up at you, is something that it's indescribable.
Yeah, she's young.
Yes.
She's young, so I imagine all of her friends are having like newborns right now.
Oh, that's hard.
And so it is hard. But it's like one of those things like that's like if we said like all single people are just depressed because they're not married and don't have kids because having kids is everything. Like if you're not in the boat, you just have no idea. Like you just don't understand motherhood until you're there.
Mhm.
There's nothing that prepares you for it, the emotion. There's literally nothing until you're there.
Mhm.
And so yeah, she just doesn't get it. She's young, or it doesn't matter about age. She just doesn't get it. And I want to bring up Chelsea Handler,
Mhm.
right? She's a comedian, so she has a long time act about how she doesn't like really like kids. She's not going to be a mother. She has so many better things to do than motherhood. And she just came out with a new book, right? In her like older years, right? I guess she's late 40s, early 50s. Like she talks about that again. Like she's like, I don't hate kids. I didn't want to be a mother, but I help so many children, right? And so I think it's kind of like the same thing when you're in that space where like you can't imagine being a mother, you're kind of like stick your nose up to it, like, ah, motherhood,
Right.
like dirty diapers, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, it is that. But when you birth your own child and you see them, as you say, like, that was the greatest moment of my life. Like, it will still remain like, I can't believe that I had this child. I think pregnancy is just like top tier of things to go through like in your life. And I think I respect business so much. And then I'm like, oh, babies, you have a baby, you're pregnant. Oh,
I think both are equally valid and both are equally beautiful. As long as you're truly happy with your choice. I feel for those women that are trying to get pregnant and that couldn't. I think that's really the ones that my heart goes out to when you truly want something and you can't have
can't
it.
have it.
Uh,
That
but
is,
but for both sides of the spectrum, as long as you're happy with what you have, which you should be because that's your own decision.
of course, pro choice for life. If you
Yeah,
don't want a baby, don't do it,
it's your choice.
but don't talk shit.
But the point is, don't judge one another. It really what it comes down to. I don't know. It really bothered me. It really bothered me that she said that because again, I think that there is that perception. There's that perception, especially with the younger girls, that when you become a mom, your life changes. And I think women need to be listening more about when I talk about the outfits and the mom outfits, and perhaps we need to put on those dresses. And we're going to circle back. Perhaps we should put on those dresses. We should put on those high heels, and we should remember what we were like because you are a badass. Like you created life. Like you created life. What could be more badass than that? Nothing. Like nothing. It's the most incredible thing and you need to be proud of it and tell your husband to take you out on a date or do some laundry or whatever it is. Like stand up for yourself.
Right. I know. I love that we talk all the time because I'm like wearing a flannel shirt, and I'm like I succumb to the suburban mom life, but I didn't wear athletic sneakers with my mom jeans though. But you like keep me afloat, just like when I'm into the sinking into the, not living in New York City life. Um Although I was thinking there too, but it's more creative there. It's more inspiring. You see more things, like more stimulating things. You just pick me back up. I'm like, I'm going to go put on a dress. I'm going to remember who I am
Yes, it's all about remembering who you
and ask
are.
my husband to help.
It's not about anyone else. It's just you being in touch with what you were and not becoming someone else that is miserable and overwhelmed that other people will now talk about and say that we as mothers are miserable creatures and we're this when in reality we're not, and we just need to stand up for ourselves more.
And yeah, no, we should. I wish everyone good luck. And I feel like sometimes no, it's just so complicated. There's so many relationship types. I'm like, oh, then but what helps for everyone, Dasha, and you're correct, is advocating for yourself, standing up for yourself even when it's hard, not being a people pleaser if it's at your detriment. If you're sinking, take care of yourself, whatever that means to you.
Yes, and on that note, you don't have to carry all of it. You're not better for doing it alone. And
Don't
you're
be a
not
martyr.
and you're not failing if you need help. You're just human.
Yeah,
So make yourself be seen. That's really what it comes down to. So let this episode be the nudge for you to speak up and for you to deserve support without guilt.
I love that. Thank you, Dasha.
Thank you. Bye. Till next time.
Bye.